Welcome back, guys. If you really think that PCollection is just a variable, then you are already misunderstanding the complete aspects of Apache Beam. And this is the biggest mistake what beginners make. So basically, PCollection is not a kind of a regular list in Python, neither it's a dictionary or any tuple kind of stuff. So basically, in a nutshell, PCollection is the collection of elements, right? And these elements will process parallelly, and the execution of these elements inside the Apache Beam is not, the order is not guaranteed, right? So now let's consider one example here. We have a P collection of elements 1 2 3 4. Now in next few minutes I will prove that these elements will process parallelly. This is point number 1, and you do not expect any sequential order of execution. It means that in first run I may see output as 2 3 1 4. In the second run I may see the output as say 3 4 1 2, something like that, right? So in the next few minutes I will prove that the elements in PCollections are processed in parallel, and that you should never expect any fixed order of execution. So let's explore this with a real time and a simple demonstration. See you in the demonstration, guys. Start coding. Yep. So first thing is we need to import Apache Beam as Beam. I will make this very simple as possible because this is the first program I can say on Apache Beam. So once you're comfortable, as we move further, when you become comfortable, we will be just making our programming bit faster. Yep. So this is the first program, so I'll be quite slow rather comparatively. Yep. So import Apache Beam as a beam. You are importing the library. Very simple. Now look at this. With beam dot pipeline as pipeline, what you're doing here is you are creating an object of a pipeline. Yep. And you are giving the name as you can give this any name you want. Okay, so what happens under the hood? Let me go to a blackboard and let me just quickly take some symbol. Yeah, I will leave this as for our understanding. So this is, assume that this is just a pipeline. You have created a pipeline with this command. What is the command name? With beam.pipeline. This will create a pipeline object, and the name of this is pipeline. Where is that? Okay, and the name of this pipe is pipeline. You can give any name you want. Okay, this refers to this particular object. Yep. Now, okay, this is one section or a block. You can call any name which you are comfortable with. I will start with my pipeline. This is the root. This is not an issue, guys. I have some TypeScript error or something in my VS Code. Now I will write this transformation symbol. This is the pipeline. We have to control shift and use this as a pipeline. So at this point of time, you refer this as step number 1. Actually, this is a transform step. Terminology will come to know slowly, but at this point of time, you refer this as step number 1. What we will do? Create a collection of numbers. You can give any name. This symbol beam dot create, very important. This is the story. Create. I will say 10 20 30. Simple. What we discussed before, guys. This is a list, of course, but we are not using this list directly, aren't we? What we are doing is we are converting this list to a P collection, because if you are using Apache Beam as a framework, it cannot operate directly on list. You have to convert that into a P collection. That is must. That we have done here. Yeah. Then what I will do, I will start printing the elements.
print the numbers. Beam dot map print. Now no need to go in depth what map does, because next session will be completely on the map transform. So let's have a quickly discussion on this. Map is basically a transform. What map does? It will transform each and every element of a P collection. Yep. So here the map will see, is there any P collection beside me? Yes, it's there. What is that? Here in step number 1 we have a P collection. This is a P collection of numbers. Simple. Then map does is it will process each and every element. Process and transform both are same. Transform is more professional, process is for understanding. Yep. So it will process or transform every element inside the P collection. This is map is same like a security check. When you are entering the airport, there the security check will check each and every passenger who are entering the airport. Simple as that. Now I want to print each and every element present in this P collection. Let me run this out. Python. This may take some time. And you can see the output, that is 10, 20, 30 in some time. Because this is running on some parallel processing will happen internally, because you are running this on local, so it may take some time. Yep, here we go. You can see the output here. Perfect. Let's have one more example and one more concept. Like I said, that first I will create a Python list with names, say Ram, Shane, and Mike. Okay, this is what a Python list. Okay, now what I am trying to do, what I will create one more block. What I will with pipeline, this is a syntax, no concept in that. Step number 1 inside this pipeline, what I will do, I will directly try to print the names. I will something do like this, beam dot map, then names. Okay, names means this names. I will directly try to print these names. So what do you think? Will this execute or this will end up in an error? Definitely this will end up in an error. Why? Because the map thinks that this name is a P collection, but this name is a simple list which is not allowed in our Apache Beam. See, they are saying that map can, let me maximize this. Where is that? Okay, map can be used only with callable objects. Callable objects means P collection in this case. So that's the reason, but it is saying we have received a list instead. This is not acceptable in Apache Beam. So in order to fix this, what I will do, first try to do something. Step number 1, create a collection of names. Beam dot create. Now I will directly pass names. What happens here is this names is passed here. What is the name? Name is a list, Python list, and internally what's happening, this list is converted into a P collection. Once the list is converted into P collection, now map can print the names, because map expects the data should be in a P collection. Not only map, any transform, if we are using Apache Beam, the data should be in a P collection. Now you will see, if I run this and see the output, what you will get, and then we can conclude this session, guys. May save some time. Yep, so here you can see that this output we have seen this output here. Sense? Now let me try to run one more time. We'll see what happens here. I have given one more time and see how the output would be. Hopefully. Now this is interesting, right? Because you see in this previous output you have seen this came first and this came last, but now it's almost like a shuffle, right? Very important point, you can note it down that whenever you use a P collection, it's a parallel collection. It means what Beam does is inside the P collection, it will try to process the elements parallelly, and hence the sequence is not maintained in Apache Beam. If you are using P collection and on top of that you are having an Apache Beam as a framework, the sequential order is not maintained. These processes will work parallelly. Okay, let's go to board and we'll understand this